Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bachelor Show. Have you ever wondered what really goes on behind the scenes of reality TV relationships? Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple have been stealing the spotlight, but not necessarily for all the right reasons. At first glance, their relationship appears to be one of connection and possibility, a charming duo that checks all the boxes of what you'd expect in a televised romance. But when you look a little closer, cracks in their seemingly flawless facade begin to show. Let's talk about Joan and Chock and what's really happening in their dynamic. The cameras might paint a picture of budding love, but is this relationship as genuine as they'd like us to believe? For those who've been paying close attention, their interactions suggest that what we're seeing might be more about appearances than authenticity. Joan, as we know, has a magnetic presence. Her warmth, wit, and grace are qualities that draw people in. She's confident and carries herself in a way that suggests she knows exactly what she wants. But here's the twist. Joan's outward confidence may actually be masking some deeper insecurities, especially when it comes to finding real emotional connection. She's been through enough in life to know that people aren't always who they claim to be. Could it be that she's projecting an idealized version of herself to match the demands of the show? Chock, on the other hand, is a bit of an enigma. He exudes charm and carries himself with a certain ease, making it easy to see why Joan would be drawn to him. But charm can sometimes be a double-edged sword, can't it? While Chock's charisma makes him likable, it also raises questions about whether he's being genuine or simply playing a role to stay in the game. It's not uncommon for contestants on shows like the Golden Bachelorette to feel the pressure to perform, to play up a romance for the sake of airtime and public approval. When Joan and Chock are together, there's an undeniable chemistry, but chemistry alone doesn't equal compatibility. Their interactions often feel carefully curated, as if they're hyper-aware of the cameras and the expectations placed on them. They share smiles, they laugh at each other's jokes, and they make an effort to present themselves as a cohesive pair. But if you watch closely, there are subtle moments where their connection seems more performative than heartfelt. Take, for instance, the way they communicate. Healthy relationships are built on open, honest dialogue, where both partners feel safe to express their true selves. But with Joan and Chock, their conversations often hover on the surface, rarely diving into deeper, more meaningful topics. Instead, they stick to lighthearted banter and agreeable statements, which, while entertaining, don't necessarily indicate a strong emotional foundation. And then there's the body language. You can learn a lot about a couple by observing how they interact nonverbally. Joan and Chock frequently hold hands or exchange affectionate gestures, but these moments sometimes feel rehearsed rather than spontaneous. Genuine connection is often marked by moments of vulnerability. Those raw, unscripted instances where people let their guard down. With Joan and Chock, those moments seem to be missing. This isn't to say they don't enjoy each other's company. It's entirely possible that they do. But enjoyment doesn't always translate to long-term compatibility. Relationships that are built on a desire to meet external expectations, whether those are from producers, the audience, or even the other contestants, can falter once the external pressures are removed. One particularly telling aspect of their dynamic is how they handle conflict, or rather, how they avoid it. Conflict is a natural part of any relationship, and how couples navigate disagreements can reveal a lot about their bond. Joan and Chock, however, seem to go out of their way to avoid any sign of tension. While this might make them appear harmonious on the surface, it also raises questions about whether they're willing to address the inevitable challenges that come with building a real relationship. And let's not forget the influence of the show itself. Reality TV is, by design, a highly controlled environment where contestants are encouraged to focus on creating memorable moments for the audience. This environment can create a pressure cooker effect, where contestants feel the need to conform to a certain narrative. Joan and Chock might be falling into this trap, prioritizing their image as a couple over their authentic. They present a false front? There are several possibilities. For one, the allure of staying in the competition can't be ignored. Being part of the Golden Bachelorette comes with its own set of perks, from increased visibility to the potential for lucrative opportunities after the show. Maintaining the appearance of a strong relationship could be a strategic move designed to keep them in the spotlight for as long as possible. Another possibility is that they're still figuring out their feelings for each other and aren't ready to confront the reality of their relationship. By presenting a united front, they can buy themselves time to see if their connection can grow into something more genuine. And then there's the audience factor. Both Joan and Chock are likely aware of how their relationship is being perceived by viewers. They might feel pressure to live up to the expectations of fans who are rooting for them as a couple. But the danger in this lies in prioritizing public approval over their own emotional needs. Ultimately, the question isn't whether Joan and Chock are good together. It's whether they're being true to themselves. Authentic relationships require a willingness to be vulnerable, to face uncomfortable truths, and to let go of the need to control how others perceive you. If Joan and Chock can move past the false front and start engaging with each other on a deeper level, they might stand a chance. But if they continue to focus on appearances over substance, their relationship is likely to falter once the cameras stop rolling. The real test will come when they're no longer in the controlled environment of the show, when the spotlight dims, and they're left to navigate the complexities of a relationship in the real world. For now, Joan and Chock remain an intriguing pair, one that keeps us guessing about what's real and what's for show. Their story serves as a reminder that reality TV is rarely as straightforward as it seems, and that the quest for love, whether on or off screen, is a journey filled with challenges and surprises. After getting engaged on the Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple were initially in a whirlwind of excitement. After the finale, there were appearances, events, and photo shoots. Joan and Chock were wrapped up in a cocoon of excitement and celebrity that must have been as overwhelming as it was thrilling. Now that things are settling down, Joan and Chock's relationship isn't progressing as quickly as early in the relationship. After making her television debut on The Golden Bachelor, Joan was cast as the Golden Bachelorette and met Chock among the 24 single golden men. The season ends with Joan giving Chock her final rose, and the couple gets engaged. After having to keep their relationship secret while the show was airing, they finally went public and have been going at a fast pace ever since. Now that things have calmed down, has Joan and Chock's relationship stalled out? Before joining the cast of The Golden Bachelor and then The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan lived in Maryland. For his part, Chock lived over 1,000 miles away in Kansas. They both made it clear they don't intend to sell their homes and move. Instead, they plan to travel back and forth. Being in a long-distance relationship may be unsustainable for the couple. Joan has 4 children, and Chock has 2 children of his own. After getting engaged during the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 finale, the couple have been focused on spending as much time together as possible and finding ways to integrate into each other's lives. They especially wanted to have all their children around them. They both wanted to get to know each other's children and for all of them to get to know each other. Joan recently posted a clip on Instagram of her and Chock discussing their relationship. During the clip, they talk about how their relationship works, but they also talk about the challenges they face. When Joan talks about family, she admits that bringing their families together has been a little harder right now, and Chock seems to agree with her. This isn't Joan or Chock's first rodeo. Joan was married to Joan Vassos for 32 years until he died in 2021. Chock was engaged to Catherine Gorey before she died in 2022. Neither of them has been single for very long, and maybe it's just too soon to get so serious. Though Joan and Chock got engaged at the end of The Golden Bachelorette, they may not be wedding bells in the near future. The Golden Bachelorette. This reality series offers one woman in her later years the opportunity to find love, as a group of seasoned men compete for her affection. Participants bring diverse romantic histories, seeking a meaningful connection and a chance to build a promising future together. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.